Hey everybody, welcome. It's Think Metal. Well, it is almost Think Metal. Now it's Think Metal on allwesternnewyorkradio.com. I am your host, Think So Joe. And unfortunately, it's just me right now. And unfortunately, you're looking directly at the Think Metal logo if you're watching on Ustream. I'm trying to get me on camera, but it's frozen. It's broken. I don't know what to do. Oh, it's okay. We'll wait. We'll wait it out. We'll be patient with that. George not here yet. He'll be here shortly. Brian from Scarlet Embrace, our guest here today. He'll be here shortly as well. And with any luck, we'll be able to get the camera rolling at some point. But today we're going to do a Rochester showcase here on Think Metal. Just because last week we played all Buffalo bands, and we want to get outside of Buffalo. We want to get all of Western New York, because this is, after all Western New York radio. And with any luck, we'll be able to cover all of Western New York. But we're going to get Rochester going today. We're going to kick off with a great band out there called Through Lifeless Eyes. And hell, let's get started right now. This song, Ashes of Kings, Through Lifeless Eyes, all Western New York radio.
Let's
And we're back here. Think Metal, All West New York Radio. That song, Bleed... What the hell does that say? I can't see it. It's on my screen. Bleed the Messiah, Thy Will Be Done. All West New York Radio. Rochester special here, Think Metal. Special guest in the house, Brian of Scarlet Embrace.
What up?
A Buffalo band. Did you turn your mic back on? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's... What up? There, now I can hear you. Okay. Okay. New setup here in the studio. We got a new board and everything, so we're just working everything out here. Turn George's mic back on, see if that helps at all. So what's up, man? You're actually in Buffalo now, from Long Island, by way of Rochester.
Yep.
All right, so you've seen the Rochester scene then.
I've seen Long Island and the Rochester scene. Yeah.
All right, so you could tell us a little bit about the Rochester scene, how the scene is out there.
I gotta say the metal bands are of plenty in Rochester and Buffalo, and it's just sort of weird because in Long Island everyone was going through that hardcore phase. Every band was a hardcore band, and I mean that as hardcore punk rock, not the hardcore stuff we think of nowadays, not the crabcore and the breakdowns. No, it was just pure hardcore punk music in Long Island. I moved up to Rochester, and it just seemed like it had evolved so quickly into just pure screaming, you can't understand lyric metal. I don't even know what genre that is. I don't know if that counts as death metal, because I've heard thrash metal bands and I can't understand them. I've heard Metallica type breakdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
But you still can't understand the lyrics.
They're still doing the growling, or as George likes to call it, the burp metal.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of that stuff, man. I like to hear lyrics. I'm a big believer in that. Look at that, he's got a cell phone on the radio show.
Of course I'm running the radio show here. I gotta stay in contact with Fearless Leader there back at the All West New York Radio Studios. Noah would like to tell you he says hello.
Oh, wow, he's listening.
He is listening. He has no choice. He has to air this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I have to say the Rochester metal scene and the Buffalo metal scene are very, very similar. What I wish I could see more of is everybody sharing shows.
Oh, absolutely.
So the biggest problem is everything is metal to me. I mean, there's just a lot more metal than there is of any other type of music. So you have the acoustic singer-songwriters, because they're acoustic singer-songwriters. They'll always get a job. They'll always get work. And the metal bands will always get work. It took a long time, but it seems like Rochester was really, for a while, they did not want to play metal music. They did not want to have metal shows, pure full metal shows. They had no problem putting one metal band on and having more of an eclectic mix of bands in one venue in one day. But now everything's metal, and it seems like that's how Buffalo's now going too.
Yeah,
which is a little sad. I love metal music, but I'm in Scarlet Embrace, and if you listen to us, we're punk, we're
right.
Metal, we're a little bit of everything. So, ooh, next to Spaceballs.
Yeah, we've got the TV in the studio again this week, mostly because we do another show after this, Board Wrestling Fan Radio on BoardWrestlingFan.com, and there's a Sabres game at 3 p.m. So,
boo.
Yeah, what are you, an Islanders fan from out there? Or?
No, I just don't like hockey.
Don't like hockey, all right.
But I do have to say, I found something a little weird yesterday. Somebody was describing all the Buffalo teams, and they all started with B except for the Sabres.
That's true. We got the Bandits and the
Bisons,
and then Bills,
and then there's all.
We used to have the Blizzard, which was our soccer team.
You have a soccer team?
We used to have a soccer team. We used to have the soccer team. But I think the Bees... Well, we used to have the Buffalo Braves as well, which was a basketball team, who are now the... I think it's the L.A. Clippers, if I'm not mistaken.
You guys had a basketball team?
Yeah, the L.A. Clippers used to play here. They were the Buffalo Braves.
Wow.
Yeah, you learn your Buffalo history today, man.
I'm floored. Well, it's funny because I was talking to a few people about this yesterday, and then they started naming all the college teams and all the high school teams. And like the Buffalo Bengals, there's a high school team called the Buffalo Bengals. Like, really?
Yeah.
What's with you guys and alliteration?
Who knows, man? It probably started with the Bills, and they're like, oh, well, hey, we could start with a B too. I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, it is a fairly interesting concept. You should bring it up.
Cool.
Yeah, we've definitely had our share of past sports teams as well. So, yeah, it's always interesting to put out. Is this not going to let me do what I want to do? Okay, there it goes. It's always interesting. We use Reverb Nation to play half the music on the show.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, just because like a lot of it you can't get for free. So
I was.
But we're here promoting, so
I was so scared to use Reverb Nation as an artist. I was a MySpace guy. I didn't get into MySpace until about 2005, so it was already out, I believe, for a year publicly, and or something like that. And and then I got into Facebook. I didn't get into Facebook until I think 3 years ago. I think I had to wait till it wasn't a thing anymore.
Right.
And I just didn't even want to go to Facebook because I spent so much time on my MySpace page, my band Alternate Ending, and then I got into Facebook, and by the time I got into Scarlet Embrace, they're like, okay, so we have to have this, we have to have a Facebook, we need a MySpace, we need a pure volume, we need a Reverb Nation. And then when I started looking for endorsements as an artist for companies, and I didn't have a press kit, they always said, well, give us your Reverb Nation because it's the next closest thing.
Right.
And I'm just not computer savvy enough to understand Reverb Nation. It took me a good 6 months to really get a grasp on it. But it is a great website, and I'm not endorsed by them, so I can say that.
Right, exactly. I'm thinking of starting a Reverb Nation just for the show.
Oh, you should.
Because that way we get all the bands coming to us instead of us looking for the bands.
And what you can do is you can get the bands to you can recycle or cycle music on there.
Yeah.
From different local acts.
Absolutely.
That would be nice.
It's definitely a good tool. It's definitely a good promotional tool. We've Think So Brain, when we were still doing shows, we got gigs that way. Definitely. We've gotten our name out there, and I think at one point we were like number 3 in Niagara Falls for metal bands or something. But that was a long time ago.
I don't understand those ranking systems.
Yeah, it's weird because you look at one and you're like number 1, and then you're like below other bands you're above on that chart on a different chart. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, our Scarlet Embrace right now, we haven't done anything really in December and January. I think in total in December, January we had 4 shows, and because we've been recording our new EP that will be out on 4/20, and we don't and somehow our ranking we went up like 15 ranks. I was like, what? Sweet.
That could also mean that other bands went down 14 ranks. Yeah, now I got the board wrestling fan crowd looking to get here. So let's jump into some more music, shall we? Let's as soon as it lets me, because it's iffy sometimes. But let's get into more Rochester music here. This one from a band, Warhead Rising. This track called Insanity, right here, All Western New York Radio.
these four-padded walls, think that you'll find me here. No, it's not right, secret of the night, dreams that can find me. But tell me I'm insane, I know it's just a game. It's how it's gotta be to breathe insanity. All by myself, but I'm never alone. Things that they tell me, words that I need for the things that I see. Who's gonna find me? No, it's always the same. Always here to complain. It just has to be complete insanity. Feeling I got, so let's fight it. Live on the edge, take what I want, so get the fighting. Tell me I'm insane, I know it's just a game. It's how it's gotta be, to be insanity.
Scars of Ashes here on All West New York Radio by Halothane. Scars of Ashes is the name of the song. I gotta get these right. We're here in the studio, Think So Joe, with Brian from Scarlet Embrace, watching Spaceballs. Woo! And listen to some great Rochester metal here on Think Metal this week, All West New York Radio. Every Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, we are here. At least myself is here, and the empty chair to my right is here. Usually it's full with a big fat guy named George that you all know and love. There goes Brian. Brian made it on camera this week. So we had Halothane with Scars of Ashes. Before that, Mercia with The Apocalypse Is Now. Welcome, Matt. And Warhead Rising with Insanity kicked off that 3-song set here on Think Metal. We're still waiting for George to arrive. He said he would be a few minutes late. He's now an hour and 4 minutes late.
He'll be here by next Saturday.
He'll be here in time for the pay-per-view tonight. Gotta love it. This was his show. I'm
Cool.
doing it by myself. Well, not quite by myself, but you know, you get the idea. I'm hosting with our special guest.
Very special.
So now, Scarlet Embrace, you guys have a new album coming out.
Yeah, we got a 5-song. We got a 5-song EP. There's only 2 of the songs we actually play live now. Really, really nice stuff. A good mix. If I had to compare it to any band, any artist, I'd probably say Soundgarden, because they're very. They always had a very eclectic mix in their music, and so do we. And we also have one remix of a song that we're going to be putting on there. Very different than what you heard on our first EP, though. So it's very nice. A lot heavier, a lot more punky.
A lot heavier might get you on the show.
Yeah, we got a few songs on there that is Godsmack going to be heavy enough for you guys?
Yeah, I'd say so. I know you had asked me before about Scarlet Embrace being on the show, and just kind of like, it's heavy, but it's missing something where it's not quite
we have a
metal
female vocalist.
Yeah, I think that might have been mostly what it was. Is her vocals might have been too tame for what we call.
Well,
yeah.
we like our women to sound like women. We like our men to sound like men.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And that's coming out, you said April 20th. You're having your CD release, yes?
Yeah, CD release.
One of your CD releases?
Yep, Broadway Joe's. We're going to have another one, I believe, in Niagara Falls. But I don't know when yet. So, we're actually planning this one. So.
All right, so that's we're looking forward to new Scarlet Embrace in April.
Booyah.
All right. Any particular reason you chose April 20th for the CD release date?
I hate you for asking that. Because we thought we could make a huge party of it, because that's when everyone would go to Broadway Joe's.
All right.
Because if you ever go in the back of Broadway Joe's, you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Broadway Joe's, great venue here in Buffalo. And yeah, a lot of people do hang out in the back as opposed to up front watching the bands, but you can still hear the bands back there. So we're not going to hate on those people for that.
Yeah, we're gonna have some great bands. As Summer Dies is gonna be in there. Seven Faces.
All right.
We're gonna have some great acts with us. We're gonna make a huge fucking party of it.
Huge fucking parties are what we like.
They haven't cursed yet, so.
Oh, and you are more than welcome to. This is West New York Radio. We could say whatever the fuck we want on this show. Usually it's more filled with curse words, because usually, like I said, there's a fat guy in the chair next to me who is still late. He might make the show today. Who knows? So I mentioned we're watching Spaceballs. This is the first time I've ever seen this. I know you were laughing at me.
You're a fucking bastard.
You were laughing at me for having never seen this movie before. Everybody tells me how good it is. I'm recording it now because I can.
So maybe we'll watch it later.
Maybe we'll watch it later. We'll watch it watch it after the other show. We'll watch it again.
I believe that's Bill Pullman.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Bill Pullman, John Candy, Rick Moranis, Mel Brooks. I mean, come on, the guy who likes to make funny noises from the Police Academy movies. Joan Rivers. Come on, this is if you like comedies, you need to watch this. If you like Star Trek or Star Wars, you need to watch this. And if you don't, you need to watch this. It's one of the best fucking movies.
That's what everybody tells me, and I've just never gotten around to watching it.
It's the first DVD I ever bought.
Is it?
Oh yeah, first DVD I ever freaking bought.
See, I'm lazy when it comes to movies. People will tell me about good movies, and I won't get around to watching them till like way later because I'm not a big movie guy, you know. I don't watch a lot of movies.
Well, I was gonna go to college to be director, so.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, so when I go like you.
It's the opposite of me. I was gonna go to college to be on the radio.
So when we were off air, and you guys were listening to wonderful metal music from Rochester, he was telling me, Joe, that he didn't like Cloverfield because he was getting motion sickness.
Yeah, that's true.
And as a director, as a writer, I loved the movie. I think the plot was a little thin, but he made up for visual effects. But the problem was his visual effects for Joe made him want to puke.
Yeah.
And for me, my biggest problem was every movie after that had to look like that for every single horror film for like 3 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, my take on Cloverfield was like, okay, how are we going to make a great horror movie? Let's do this. Let's take three movies that made a lot of money. Let's take the Blair Witch Project. Let's get the camera work from that, because that was great. Let's do Jaws, because you don't see the monster on screen a whole lot. Let's do Jaws. And let's throw in a little Godzilla. That was my take on Cloverfield.
That is an awesome take. You should be a film critic.
I probably should. I don't know. That's just how I looked at it. I didn't see it as anything more than that. Just like, oh well, okay, sure.
Two-word critic. Two-word critique. It stinks. Yeah. And that's it. Just over and over again.
When I went to school for being on the radio, I had a radio show, and I had a group of friends that all had radio shows on the NCCC radio station there, and one of them, he insisted his name on the air was the Critic, but other people that actually knew him used to call him the Dateless Wonders. It was like, oh yeah, it's Steve, the Dateless Wonder. It's the Critic. Oh, okay, Steve, the Dateless Critic. But he could do the John Lovitz. It stinks, you know. Sound very, very good at that. I've lost contact with all of those people I did those shows with, but
you're the only one still on the radio.
I'm the only one probably still on the radio. Yeah, I'm if you want to call All Western New York Radio actual radio. But
I do.
All right.
I like All Western New York Radio.
I like All Western New York Radio too.
This is my third time on there.
Indeed, yes. I don't know. The first one I think got lost to history, man, just because it was like everywhere. Like we didn't record the Ustream, it wasn't airing live, and I don't know if the podcast ever got put up.
Ouch! That was the Thomas Loop show.
That was the Thomas Loop that Thomas Loop was not involved in.
Yeah, I was on the Noah's Ark show before that.
Yep.
And then Think Metal. So.
Yes, this is your first appearance on Think Metal. You're the first guest on Think Metal, actually. So, congratulations.
I popped your cherry.
You just happen to have been coming later for the other show, so figure, hey, why not do both?
Booyah.
I got time. I'm wondering now, with 15 minutes left in the show, if George is going to make it for Think Metal at all.
I'm going with a no.
I'm starting to lean towards no as well. He texted me before you did and told me, oh, dude, I just woke up. I'm going to be a little bit late. And then you texted me, said, oh, dude, I just woke up. I'm going to be a little bit late. And then you got here right after the show started. Like, you got here during the first song.
Yeah. Well, I don't like being late for things. People know when, like Loden for Buffalo. Which really bothers me with most bands. When Loden's at 7 o'clock, other bands, get the fuck there at 7 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Listen, my band, I usually do not go on my band until at least the third or fourth slot. I'm fucking there before Loden time. You know, I put everyone's mind at ease. Okay, well, we got already members of this band coming in. I have all my gear with me. And I'm extremely professional about it. And until right now when I'm bitching about it. But fucking bands, come on, man. And you know what? And support local music. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you are a metal band, like me. I like a little bit of everything. I'm more into punk rock. I'm into more punk rock, but I really love some heavy stuff. Godsmack, Metallica, Anthrax, who's got a new EP coming out. You should listen to that. Who also just lost their lead guitarist. This is the last EP with their lead guitarist. But I like to listen to everything. So I will go support music. I went to Pollock's CD release show. I still go to a lot of local shows in Rochester whenever I get the chance. Come support music. Support local musicians. You know what? Everyone says the local music scene sucks. And then I never see those people out at shows. It just bothers the crap out of me. I mean, we got one guy, Joe Beard, Joe Benedict. If anybody knows him, he's got a hotter beard than ZZ Top, and
I know my beard is envious of his. I met him last week,
and he just comes to shows. Everybody, he's been to like 4 or 5 Scarlet Embrace shows, and. He comes to so many shows, and he gives critiques. Listen, if you don't like a band, tell somebody. Go to the band and say, hey, I like what you did here. I didn't like what you did there. Scarlet Embrace played a show at Broadway Joe's a couple of weeks back, and the first band was Lion Avalanche, and I wanted to, and I'm calling you guys out, because I wish you guys stayed. You guys left like halfway through our set, so I was never able to talk to you guys because there were some good things you guys did, and there were some bad things you guys did. You were a pretty new band. I think some of you were still under the age of 18, and I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to let you know what was going on. I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional musician, but at the same time, there's stuff I've learned that you guys haven't learned, and I'd love to teach you guys. I'm a teacher at heart, and there's bands I talk to all the time. Some of them take my critiques and laugh them off, which I don't care. Take them, don't take them. I'd appreciate having a conversation with you. Skimbound, the guitarist Skimbound, Matt, he's a douchebag. He's a fucking asshole, and I'll kick his fucking ass if he tried starting something, because he doesn't like listening to critiques. He thinks whatever he does is perfect in the end. And I think there's only 2 original members in that band now.
I think you may be right. I know a lot of them did leave from the time that, back when Think So Brain was playing with them in like 07, 08, you know. I did get that kind of impression, that they're, we're so good, Yeah,
well, we got the 2 best members. So Scarlet Embrace, we have Philly B on bass, and we got Megan and Mike on drums, and we got the best. We got the heavy hardcore rhythm section there. So they bring the heavy. I follow in step with them. But bands, just support local music. Come on, guys.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, when I was doing music back before like all the shit hit the fan and we didn't have a Think So Brain for a little while, it was every time I would come off the stage, if I saw like a fellow musician there, even if it was somebody in another band that was playing on the show, or somebody in another band that I know from their other bands, I would go up to them, hey, what'd you think? And most of the time they're just blowing smoke up your ass anyway, but But I mean, I know you're not like that. I've hung out with you enough where I know that if something's wrong, you're going to say something about it.
Yeah, I'm someone who I continuously, I'm a gearhead. Anyone who knows me and has seen my pedal board knows I'm a gearhead. I take this my profession. This is my career. Music is my career. The difference between a job and a career is a job is something you do to make money so you can have a life. A career is part of your life that you're lucky enough to make money off of. I'm lucky enough where I'm getting that way right now. I'm lucky enough where I've gotten a point in my life where I have people calling me up asking me, hey, can you come down here? I was just down in Rochester and doing some country takes for a singer-songwriter, very similar to Taylor Swift. So
all right.
Got to have that pop element in there. And while I was down there, I recorded an entire album. I recorded an entire like Everclear type album with my former drummer from Alternate Ending. Scarlet Embrace, which is a lot heavier. I'm working on that. I'm working on a covers EP with a buddy of mine, and we're going to be releasing it for free. And just to say thank you to all my punk fans out there and that have stayed true with me. But I want everybody to understand. Listen, I have no problem. You come to me and ask me what's wrong with what was wrong with your set. I'm going to tell you. I'll give one quick criticism to most bands. You don't have a set list.
Yeah.
Most bands, after they're done with the song, they just go, okay, so guys, what should we do now? We have a set list. And yes, we reuse the same set list sometimes.
Yeah.
But we at least have a set list. We know what we're doing next. We have our click track times for our drummer, so he can click right into it right at the same time. He has presets now for his click track, so he literally just presses button 1 or button 2 or button 3, and it's already on the next song. And just be professional. I go to a lot of shows, not just local. I go to bigger shows too, and when you go to Uproar Fest or Mayhem Fest, you know what? I go there, and nobody likes going with me because I'm a douchebag. I sit there or stand there, and I just watch. I learn. I study. But then I get to learn some new music. In This Moment. If you've ever heard of In This Moment,
yeah.
I'm loving their new album. I believe it's called Blood. Their new album is phenomenal, and I usually never used to like that. The singer is awesome. Another heavy band that I really just recently got into is Flyleaf.
Okay,
yeah. They're more punk. They do have a lot of hardcore elements and metal elements to them. This new album, New Horizons, just came out, I believe, in August or September, right around there. I just got it. I actually bought it. I love their singles so much that I bought the entire album. It's the last one with their singer Lacey, and it is just out of this world. All the press for the album was great too, because they're like, Lacey's leaving, but she wanted to do a last album with us.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it. It sucks. The album is phenomenal, and I wish more bands were like that. I wish more bands had something to say in their lyrics, not because a lot of the bands in every local band, not just in Buffalo, but in Rochester, in all of New York at least. These bands, the guitarists are also singers, so they work really hard on being a guitarist, and completely don't care about being a lyricist.
Yeah.
And I'm with someone right now who she's a writer, so every time I have issues with a lyric, or she just says, "Oh, you're just phoning it in on this lyric," she helps me out, and I make sure lyrics are just as important to me as music is, and
absolutely.
That's why I really enjoy Scarlet Embrace, because Jen brings a really different element to it. So yeah, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now.
It's all right, man. Soapboxes are good here. We encourage soapboxes. You did tell me though last week when we were talking about doing the show, you did say you were gonna come on the show and you were to trash every Buffalo band.
Yeah, I do that on accident. I do it on accident, but I know I'm going to do it, so I guess it's.
So you came on, you said you told me you were going to trash every Buffalo band, so I set up a Rochester showcase for you to be on.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with Think So Brain, that's like most of the songs I didn't play guitar on. And I brought my guitar to play on like 3 songs, one of which was a cover, and or by the later days, 2 of which were covers out of 4, but now what we're looking for is a guitar player, 2 guitar players, lead and rhythm, and we're looking for a drummer. And I don't want to play guitar at all on the Think So Brain stuff. Like the other stuff I'm doing, I want to play guitar on, but that's like way off now with everybody's schedules. But
I wish I could be a guitarist and Think So Brain, but I write in such a pop element.
Yeah.
that you guys you're like. I'll have this really cool like, and then the chorus would do like I have to have a pop element to it.
Yeah.
I like to be on the radio. What can I say?
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Want to make some money? Like you said, this is your career. This is not a job. This is your career. This is not a hobby. It's something that you're trying to make money doing. Hopefully, make a living off of. I guess George isn't making the show. He did text me a few minutes ago, said he was on his way.
Watch, he's in your living room, just hanging out.
He might be here to listen to like the last couple of songs, but we're gonna close out with a couple of more Rochester bands here, and let me tell you what they are. The first song is by a band called Pipe, and it's called Mankind Go to Hell. They're reverbnation.com/pipeofficial. And finally, the band Aggressive Betty and their song Incinerator. Those are our last two songs of the evening, and as such, we bid you adieu. For Brian from Scarlet Embrace, for the empty chair next to me, I am Think So Joe. You've been listening to All West New York Radio. We'll see you next week, 12:30.
Peace out.
As soon as I hit the right button. There we go. Pipe on All West New York Radio.
Or lease.
of pain.